Payne. He's got some margin. Wood is hunting down the inside. He tried to force the issue. He couldn't do it. They were nose to tail with Feeney on the run now to 5. And now we ride with Moss at position 4. Cold tyres, second gear out of control. Woody up the inside. There's contact, and around he goes. Feeney's pointing in the wrong direction. Contact at the right-hander at turn 5. This is a giant game changer.
This is the highest stakes in this game. Ryan Wood, the teammate for Mostert, has just given Feeney a hit at turn 5 and turned him around, turn 6, sorry. This is huge.
Now that is going to be bitterly argued in the background between teams. Mostert having a look at De Pasquale. That is a huge moment. That is going to set fire to the place in terms of opinion and rights and wrongs. And the safety car has been triggered as a result.
Well, that's actually good. That's actually good for Feeney.
Yeah,
that's good for Feeney because he would have lost a lot of ground under a normal racing circumstance. But the field now has compacted. This is good for Feeney. The net loss is a lot less under this scenario.
Let's have a look at the replays of the start here. We're riding with Payne. He got an ideal conversion of energy. No wheel spin, grabs gears in position now. Wood tries to go to the outside down here, 1 and 2. They've all woken up to the idea of straight lining 2. But down here was where the issue was forced. So Wood feints out to the left, then dives up the inside. It gets closed off. There's a bit of nose-to-tail contact going on there. And then it's out the other side here into the right-hander now. In fact, Wood actually bumped the wall on the right-hander at 6 in that process as the squeeze. And the Brock, I didn't actually spot that. I was busy looking at the other end of town, and there's a bit of junk on the road there. I think there's oil on the road there as a result of that. So up here at the right-hander at 6, there's just absolutely no room down there. Wood actually ends up bumping the fence. Championship leader Feeney.
When he spun it around, I think it was Will Davison, only just maybe Kostecki, that's on board with Mostert to see the actual contact of the two cars. Watch this. So this is from looking back from Brock's car, down the inside, and then bang. Now when he spins around, he gasses it up to turn it around. The back of the car almost collects one of the Shell V-Power Mustangs.
There's nowhere you can go, mate. There's 3 later. You're like in down the side of it.
That reaction is all the reaction around the Ryan Wood manoeuvre. That's a Walkinshaw reaction to the Ryan Wood manoeuvre.
Yeah, Neil, and they'll have more than we have. They'll have judicial cameras out of the cars, all sorts of things. But let's have a look at what we can here. So, a couple of observations. First thing, all good here. Now, what Brock did was nice. He left a full car width full of room here. Now, that's an important consideration firstly. So no issues there. So at this point, it's all about, as you approach a corner, does Wood get to what we call the B pillar, the centre pillar in the car between the doors? Now, very, very hard to look from there. He's probably a little further up than I would have thought, but certainly still a car width of room there. Now, we've got another little bit of vision here. Look at that. He's a fair way up. That's why this is going to be a tough one. Looks awful, but I don't know. Now, when we look, here's where we're looking at, right? So I'll try and pause it right there. Now, that's, I would say, not quite at the B pillar. Maybe we can just go frame by frame. Oh, gee whiz. Okay, there you go. You make your own mind up.
We're going to find out very shortly. They'll be looking at the detail here as well. Matt Payne's got command of the race. 75 laps to go. A volatile start to the grand finale in Adelaide, because the championship leader and the pole sitter is buried down in 21st position after contact at the right-hander at turn 6. That's buried him down the order. We're about to go green one more time. Sweet sound of supercars lining up on the pit straight at Adelaide. Line astern on the run down here. Tyres will have cooled out again. Great shot. Wood survived that contact, and the question was asked a moment ago, any reports of any damage? What's the steering like on that car? Is it carrying any bruises as a result of what happened? We ride with Wood right here at the right-hander where the trouble unpacked just a few moments ago. That's got good mid-corner speed, that thing. Lost a little bit of ground on the way out. and a little bit of wheel spin when he floored it coming out the other side. We're riding in second position, chasing Matt Payne.
Steering straight by the look of it there from that internal shot. So that's good news for Ryan Wood.
Attention all teams, the stewards have opposed a 15-second time penalty to car 2.
Ryan Wood gets penalised for infringing at the right-hander at turn 6, and he's effectively been put all the way down to the bottom of the field there, because 15 seconds at the moment basically parks him at the very end behind Brock Feeney, because the field's compressed. There's only 8 seconds covering the top 22 cars at the moment. Anton just uses a little bit of that apex curbing there at turn 8. Chaz offers up the nose of the Mustang at 9. And that's a pass for position number 3 for Chaz Mostert. He got some space at a critical moment there from Anton De Pasquale down there in the hairpin right-hander. That's the... Oh, and down the inside comes Feeney. He's been stalking Cam Waters for the last couple of laps, and he's making ground from the big moment for him at turn 6 on the opening lap. The next one for him is Will Davison. A little bit of an air gap. So he's making ground, but it's the hard way of doing it. New fastest lap now. Matt Payne's done at 20.1.
He's Will Brown straight down the inside. Nice job. So he's had real pace, Neil, hasn't he, since he's made that tyre stop.
Mostert's in. And on the money. Absolutely stopped on the spot.
Yep, go.
That was just a sip of BP fuel, that one. So Payne's maintained his supremacy here. He did that on Sunday a couple of years ago, and Cooper Murray's got the snout missing off the Camaro. That's not a good look. Will Brown flying out there at the moment. Chaz straight lines turn 2 on the departure from the pit. He's dropped in behind De Pasquale.
That's Brown, who is in behind Mostert now. So this will be interesting in terms of team tactics. That is interesting how that's being dragged along.
That looks aerodynamically unsound. Heimgartner's made solid ground mark. He's up 5 spots. Waters is up 18 spots, and obviously aided by the fact that people are pitting and they're not. But it's giving them some track position to play with.
So yeah, same with Cameron, up 18, but that's yet to stop.
So they're putting that car on the go-jacks now to get it in and just understand. So here's the reason why. Bang. So he got dive bombed.
That was James Courtney.
And it's plucked the bumper assembly off it on the way through. Neatly detached, and that's an awkward one, isn't it? So it's ripped it off the mounts. So that's a bit of a mission to be able to get that back in and sorted. Now Payne's in. Feeney now leads from Heimgartner and Waters. So they're running something of an overcut policy now at Red Bull. Here we go, Feeney. Now look from the lead of the race.
Look for a change here, just to see what they're going to do.
Mark?
Okay, let's have a look at this stop of Brock, because what he's got out here on the pit lane are 4 scrub tyres. Nothing green out here on the lane. Now, let's see if they put the same 4-second tyre stop and 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a problem on the right rear here. Look at this. Won't go on. The nut won't. Another nut. The nut is embedded in the wheel. So that's a different. That won't be the tyre that they wanted to put on. That's cost them dearly, but they did get some extra fuel in.
No, that was not part of the plan, though, was it? So this is going to mean that all that work of passing all those cars has got to be done again if he's going to float further north in the field. So that right rear problematic. So given the opportunity, or provided the opportunity to get more fuel on it, so that changes the nature of the time it takes to do the second stop.
I thought I heard an engine off song running down the front straight, and it was Brock Feeney's car. Let's have a listen to his radio message to the team.
Yeah, closing yesterday's race. Yeah, probably, mate.
So that doesn't surprise me, because Aaron Noonan just said, and we're just looking at all the numbers, Feeney's pace at the speed trap, 2:27. Most of the field at 2:33 or 2:32. So he's 5 or 6K too slow.
Let's have a listen to it. Wind it right up so we can hear it.
Yeah, got to miss this.
Bad, really bad.
Cutting out.
What you're doing. We just need keep it in clean air, so we need to pass people as soon as we get to them.
It's hard.
Clean air, something die.
Let's keep listening.
I can do that, mate. We can't do anything else. Is there anything I can do, mate? This thing is so bad.
It's certainly concerning for him. The previous lap, Brock was the 3rd fastest car. That lap that we just witnessed, he was the 20th fastest car, and it's worse than yesterday. So they would have gone through a diagnosis last night to understand what was going on. KRE Chev V8 engine in this car. They would have looked long and hard at all the data, tried to understand what's gone on, but there's something that's escaped them, and we've got a drama going with car number 88, Larko.
Yeah, we have. I've just done a bit of digging, Neil, and I've seen some data now that absolutely validates it. There's something going in the ignition timing department or sensing department, mate. You're seeing, feeling, we're seeing it, this sensor issue or loom issue, whatever it is, Dado. What can you tell us? And it seems to be getting worse from what I can see.
Yeah, it's a similar thing to yesterday. Unfortunately, it's a little bit worse today. So we did a lot to fix it yesterday. Everything we could, actually. But, yeah, it's costing us more time today than it did yesterday.
Tough day, head down, mate. Thank you. Scafie, let's see if I can show you on this data just what Brock Feeney's dealing with. This is really quite intermittent. We're seeing a lot of it. We've got his speed data up here. Okay, don't worry about that. That's a little telemetry dropout. So Brock is the purple colour. You see it drop down there. That's measured against a Will Brown lap, right? So what I can tell you, Brock is trying hard. Look, he's going in deep on the throttle, getting on the throttle earlier. He's driving it hard. But look, doesn't matter how hard he drives it, that'd be like 10 Ks an hour. But then look down here in the brake area. He's trying to carry that speed. Mid-corner speeds up. The young fella is driving it, giving it everything he's got. God love him, but I tell you, he's up against it. Let's just watch again when it comes onto the straight here. Through the corner, nice mid-corner, comes on, and look, right here it starts to drop away. Let's follow it. This lap, not so bad. So it's catching him out some laps. Look at that, drops away a little bit, drops away. That hurts, but boy, he's trying hard. I can see he's steering here. He's working hard at the wheel. Look at this, deep under brakes, late off the throttle. He's having a crack. Good on. Look at that. Wow, that's impressive. He's trying hard.
He's throwing that thing at corners based on that deficiency, which is intermittent.
Oh,
right there, how's the sneeze?
That?
I mean, it was so bad that it actually threw him forward. And beyond anything else, it messes with your mind.
Yep.
So he's sitting in 14th position at the moment. He's 36 seconds from the lead, and this thing's sneezing big time.
How much faster you are than him.
Nicely on the marks, well done. All those things are so important for the team to be able to properly implement all of the differing variables and differing aspects of a stop.
The gap was 6 seconds prior to the stop. Let's see what this looks like when he merges back onto the racetrack. Paddy's been supreme this afternoon. He did this a couple of years ago on Sunday. He's got a good Sunday game in Adelaide. Let's see what the gap looks like.
I'm just going to prep you for where you're going to come out. You're going to pop out 2.5 seconds in front of Feeney. You've got a lot of pace on Feeney. No stress.
Oh, they've got an issue. They've got an issue with Ryan Wood's car. So there's some viruses creeping into garages here that are interrupting the natural flow. Ryan Wood, who had a vigorous start to the race, got tangled with the championship leader at turn 6. he's got a problem which further compounds the tough story that he's dealt with in the back end of this championship. So,
look at the right front. Copy, mate. Right front, copy. He's in the bay, he's in the box.
They bring him into the garage at WAU. What a disastrous afternoon. Now, is that a result of the contact?
I think the brakes is broken.
It may.
It's down the right side. Remember, he did the wall of death on the run to turn 6.
Yeah, it could be. It could have fatigued something as a consequence of that contact early.
Put a stress crack in something.
There's something wrong, I'm telling you.
There's something wrong now. What you've got to be careful now is you can't just have a look at it and send it. He reckons there's something wrong. So you've got to be really careful now, because you go back out and you end up arrowing in the fence, like turn 3, where you're turning hard left at 200k.
Mate, there was something, the thing was going like this. I thought the shock's broken or something, so check the shock.
More trouble with that right rear for Brock Feeney. They eventually get it cleared.
Make sure you got it clear. You gotta be
Sorted.
clear.
So the fuel covered it.
Clear.
So they've not been able to do anything about that problem. It's not something you can resolve mid-race. And right at the moment, they've just got to keep pressing on, because there's no rock-solid guarantee that the world's a perfect universe for Chaz Mostert either. You got to get home. She looks pretty used.
Exactly.
Change coming into that outfit for next year with Zach Bates. Whoa, hold on to her, baby.
How would you describe that car, Neil? Used and abused.
Yes. So Zach Bates is joining that outfit in 2026. And Ryan relieved that there wasn't safety car intervention at the back of it. I think there's a bit of tension up and down the garages here at the moment. Covered the Australian map. We've been everywhere with support from every state government with the exception of the ACT. We've travelled across the Tasman, where next year we'll visit on 2 occasions to race over there. We've had hot weather, cold weather, dusty days, windy days, wet days, semi-wet days. We've had it all going on.
Last lap.
3,200 metres of racetrack to go for Chaz Mostert. For Eddie, that'll be watching this in the background, and Annie, this will be a big, big moment. This guy is an extremely popular character. He first joined the championship in Western Australia. I mentioned it on the grid back in 2013 with Dick Johnson Racing. He became a full-time player in the championship, having done so well in the Super 2 series in 2014. He's 33 years of age. He's a veteran player. Today is his 381st race. 3 times he's been third in the championship, and it's peed him off.
Yep.
And there's been occasions where he's wondered out loud to friends and family and colleagues whether it would ever actually happen. So he's going to add to those 2 very special Bathurst victories. But meantime, at the front of this field, after a superlative drive like he did 2 years ago, Matt Payne gets maximum points and victory on the streets of Adelaide. In the background, however, Chaz Mostert is the 2025 Supercars champion. What a moment to celebrate.
Incredible performance, stunning drive, great year, and a fitting way for Chaz Mostert to finish off a finals regime that has been absolutely world-class. 2 wins on the Gold Coast, 1 win at Sandown, and a win on the streets of Adelaide to finish the title race.
Amazing.
And a championship for Walkinshaw Andretti United. The boys and girls in this team are absolutely ecstatic.
That is just heart-wrenching to listen in on. Matthew Payne, amongst all of this, has won himself a motor race. And I guess, in a way, the Adelaide 500 too, to go with it. Speaking of the big trophies that he's collected so far this year, Chaz Mostert, second enough Will Brown came home with a wet sail, as did Kai Allen. Spare a thought for Kai Allen, and what an amazing rookie year he's had. Some tough stories further back. There it is, Brock Feeney, 20th position. Can you believe it? And even laps